Imagine an empire so vast, so powerful, that it stretched across mountains, rivers, and deserts, commanding the loyalty of millions. And then, in less than a decade, it collapsed. How could such a mighty civilization, the Inca Empire, fall so suddenly? Today, we're diving deep into the story of the Incas' rise and shocking downfall, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and unexpected twists that changed history forever. The Inca Empire, known as Tawantinsuyu, was founded in the early 13th century in the highlands of Peru. At its peak, it was larger than the Roman Empire, spanning over 2,500 miles from modern-day Colombia to Chile. Its people were master engineers, creating incredible roads, aqueducts, and cities like Machu Picchu that still baffle architects today, all without wheels or a written language. The Incas didn't just conquer, they assimilated. They absorbed the customs and languages of the people they brought into their fold, creating a sense of unity. Their strength seemed unstoppable, but even the strongest chains have weak links. The empire's very foundation, a labor tax system called mita, also created resentment. Every citizen had to work for the state, building the very roads and structures that made the empire great. But discontent simmered quietly beneath the surface. And then, there was the problem of succession. The emperor, or Sapa Inca, could choose his heir, but this often led to deadly power struggles. This is where the first crack appeared. In the early 1530s, the Sapa Inca died suddenly from smallpox, brought unknowingly by Europeans. His two sons, Huáscar and Atahualpa, fought a brutal civil war that left tens of thousands dead, and the empire divided and vulnerable. Now, let us introduce the twist no Inca saw coming. A few hundred Spaniards led by Francisco Pizarro. On paper, they stood no chance against an empire of millions. So what happened? Disease, deception, and daring strategy. Smallpox had already ravaged the Inca population, leaving them demoralized. When Pizarro arrived, he exploited not just their internal divisions, but also their deeply ingrained cultural norms, like respect for strangers. The defining moment came in 1532, at Cajamarca. Atahualpa, the new emperor, met Pizarro with thousands of his warriors. And yet he was captured with almost no resistance. The Inca Empire didn't fall overnight because of battles alone. It fell because its people's worldview was exploited. The Spaniards understood the Incas believed in prophecy and the divine nature of their emperor. Pizarro used this to manipulate Atahualpa, isolating him and breaking the spiritual and political backbone of the empire. It was like removing the keystone from an arch once. The center was gone. The whole structure began to crumble. And here's the most tragic part. The fall was not just a military conquest. Smallpox and other diseases wiped out up to 90% of the population. The empire wasn't just defeated by Spaniards, it was erased by an invisible enemy. The Incas remind us that even the mightiest empires are fragile. Their strength is not just in numbers, but in adaptability and resilience. If a civilization this mighty could fall so quickly, what does that say about the powers of our own time? If you found this story fascinating, subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching.